Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Arkansas Wrestling Unleashed. I am your host, David, and we'll just stick it with that. Anyway, I'm just being weird. We are here tonight. We're going to go over uh, Arkansas wrestling shows. I've got a bunch of flyers in stock here, and hopefully, weather permitting, all these shows actually get to happen. You never know with this day and age. But yeah, definitely, we are ready to get going. We're going to start off this Friday. MCW, of course, is in Osceola with their long running show, as they've always done. Uh, Sorry, my brain just had a brain fart. Anyway, uh, Career versus company. I believe there's going to be a big multi-person tag to decide the fate of OC or MCW. So just make sure you check it out if you're able to. Then we're going to roll over to Bay, Arkansas on Saturday, January 31st. Crushing for Christ. I believe this is going to be a multi-show or multi-company show. So if you're in the Bay Area, make sure you swing on by. I believe this is a, uh, yeah, this is a, I can't even talk straight today. This is a, what is the dadgum word I'm looking for? Benefit. What in the hell, man? My brain just went just out of there. What's going on, Pearson? Then also this Saturday, OCW would be back in action after their little break from last week and all the snow. And oh, oh, look at there! I see some ugly bald guys, and that could go for any of them on there. But yeah, OCW alongside of APW with their invasion going on, they will be in Hoxie, Arkansas this Saturday. And we're going to roll on around to next Saturday, February 7th. Gladiator Championship Wrestling is going to be in Dardanelle, Arkansas for Vendetta. And of course, you see Mike Bennett on the photo, uh, on the picture. And I will be going over some seminars at the end of this. So, just keep that in mind. Uh, Also on the 7th, Inhumane Championship Wrestling will be in Corning, Arkansas for their Magnum Tournament Cup. Uh, so if you are in Corning area, make sure you go by there. Then we got Southern Championship Wrestling on the 7th. The Mr. Excitement Memorial Show, big 40 man battle royal. They are going to be in Batesville, Arkansas. If you're in the Batesville area, go on by there. But if you're not, man, next Saturday it's got a lot of shows. Also on the 7th, APW presents Dirty Water over in Marianna, Arkansas, and that is the perfect name for this show, especially with all this snow and ice melting. There's a lot of dirty water running around, so man, y'all couldn't have picked a better name for this. I'm very very proud of that. Also on the 7th, let's roll down to Texarkana, Arkansas for Hype and Glory presents Valor. And here's what I believe may be your main event: Mike Quackenbush against Ring Bully Remsen. Man, that is one. If I was in the area, I would definitely go see. Mike Quackenbush is one of the best technical wrestlers around, and Ring Bully Remsen. Well, I love the boy to death, but man, he's mean. So this should be a definite possible contrast of styles. Sam, no, I do not have the TACW poster because nobody sent it to me, and I probably haven't seen it. All right, then we're going to roll into the next weekend, which is going to be a hell of a packed weekend. To start it off, Friday, Wild Card Wrestling presents Headlocks and Heartbreaks. They are going to be in Rector, Arkansas, and you see on there Rich Holiday, Austin Aries. Man, this right here is going to be stacked. But if you can't make it to that one, you also got the second night in where was this at? Piggott, Arkansas, night two. Austin Aries will be back in action for that one as well as Mr. Signature Move. You know. Also on the 14th, you've got Wrestling with Pride. They are going to be in Paragould, Arkansas, over there with No Love Lost. You know they always put on a killer show, so make sure you go check them out. Then we're going to move over here. We're going to go down to Hope or Prescott, actually, Prescott, Arkansas, for Valentine's Vengeance for Hayborn Championship Wrestling. I see a couple of mean ladies on that flyer there. I know Rita and Lyra, if they get after it, they're gonna beat the hell out of each other. It's gonna be a good one. But if you can't make it to that one, make sure you swing on up to Black Rock, Arkansas for Out of Control Wrestling. Brings the good, the bad, and the brutal Valentine. You see there, Brutal Bob Evans, Enzo Amore, the Good Brothers, and Abaddon. I'm gonna tell you right now, that one right there is one you do not want to miss. Then let's roll on over here. TNR presents on Saturday, February 21st, presents Tough Love in Leechville, Arkansas. Uh, Joshua, you just missed the OCW one. So cool. But yeah, hit up Tough Love over in Leechville if you got the ability. And if you're on the other side of the state, up in Fayetteville, Arkansas, Mutiny Wrestling Federation presents Out of This World. And man, looking at the people on this flyer, especially Malico. You see Malico on the show, you got to watch it. I mean, come on now. That's just a given. If you can't make it to Fayetteville, how about you roll over to Van Buren for Heartbreak Havoc, presented by Tornado Pro Wrestling, Saturday, February 21st. And I'm gonna tell you right now, this is one that I'm personally on, and I absolutely love this venue. It makes it, it's got that old stage vibe and everything. It's really, really fun. Uh, yeah, Malico's badass. Pearson, he's badass. And we got February 27th, a Rare Friday show for APW. They will be in Jacksonville, Arkansas at the Community Center for Convergence. As always, man, APW is definitely a show you want to check out. If you don't have the ability to get to an APW show, you are 100% missing out. Sorry, my phone it exploded. Dadgummit. Anyway, hold on just a second. I had somebody actually send me the flyer that I was missing. So let me save that real quick. I'm so disorganized. Anyway, all right. So back to what I was doing. Let me add that real quick. I'm just so disorganized today. I don't know what's going on. I guess I just all the snow and everything that was going on in the area. I just wasn't able to sleep. So that's we'll just go with that. Anyway, all right. So Saturday, February 28th. Where are we at here? Marmaduke, Arkansas. TNR presents Ring of Fire. Ring of Fire in Marmaduke. I personally don't know where Marmaduke is at, but if you're in the area, make sure you check it out. Also that day, good Lord, there are so many shows on this day, which is awesome because that's my wrestling anniversary too. So that's awesome. The Saturday, February 28th, Razor Pro Wrestling will be in Springdale, Arkansas. So if you're over in Springdale area, check them out, Matt. I don't know who this guy is with the old school diver's helmet, but that is just cool as hell. I just got to go with that. Also on the 28th, Marmaduke's a little ways north of Paragould. Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely. If you're up there, man, make sure y'all check them out. On the 28th, thanks, Sam. Appreciate you sending it to me. TACW presents Do a Flip, which is the best name for a damn show I've seen in a long time. I love it. Absolutely love it. But they will be at Vino's Bar and Grill in Little Rock, Arkansas. And, definitely you got to check it out. Now, come on now. Reza is their champion, and she's whooping everybody's ass up there. So you make sure you go check it out. If not, swing on over to Wild Card Wrestling and hopefully they're in Dias. Hopefully they get the building situated. But Teal Piper's going to be there. I mean, what's not to love about Teal Piper? Come on now. Then you got Natural State Wrestling on March 7th. They are going to be, well, we are going to be, because I'll be there. We're going to be at the Carmichael Center there in Searcy, Arkansas. This is a benefit show, so make sure you go by. If not, hit up APW, where they present the Rudder. They will be back in Marianna. There's a lot of flyers today. I'm very happy with this, Then March 14th, Gladiator Championship Wrestling Clash at the Coliseum. They will be back in Dardanelle. So if you're over in Dardanelle, go see them, definitely. Then APW on the 21st of March, Gold Rush. They will be in Clarendon, Arkansas on this one. And we're going to be going back and forth between Gladiator and APW because they got their flyers out ahead of time, which is awesome. April 11th, Gladiator Championship Wrestling will be in Boonville, Arkansas, doing it looks like a Make-A-Wish fundraiser. Also on that day, APW will be in West Memphis, Arkansas for Riverside Showdown. Then on the 18th, they're going to swing over to Palestine for P-Dub Brawl. Then how about on May 9th, 6, 7? God dang it. Why'd y'all have, what? Come on, really? Y'all my enemy now. All right, so that's all the flyers for the shows, but we do have a couple of seminars I want to point out. You've got on February 7th, Gladiator Championship Wrestling will have a seminar with the Miracle Mike Bennett. It's over in Dardanelle. Definitely someone you can learn a lot from. Then Hype and Glory on the 7th has a seminar with Mike Quackenbush. So, if you're down there, you definitely would want to learn chain wrestling from that guy. Wild Card will have a seminar on February 13th with Austin Aries, which will be awesome. And then the next day at OCW, there's going to be a seminar with Brutal Bob Evans, which will be epic. Definitely. But all right. So now we're through all of the flyers. Get this all situated. And yeah, Zach, I seen Haybar was on the 14th. I put it over, but all right. So now we're gonna get to the main event of the show. I thought I did, but I lost my guest again. When my guest pops back in, we're gonna bring them on. But yeah, I know you are, kid. So, oh! Do we got it? Do we got it now? Just give me a little thumbs up in the box there. All right. So my guest tonight, I don't know, I don't know what to say because I didn't know this person for a while, but these last few months, all of a sudden, I've been seeing promotional stuff pop up left and right all over Arkansas, and so I was highly intrigued, and so I thought the best way to really understand what the intrigue behind this person, I got to talk to him. So, ladies and gentlemen, and this is a first for Arkansas Wrestling Unleashed. This will be my first female wrestler that I've ever interviewed on here, which is awesome. But, ladies and gentlemen, my guest tonight is Vira Lestrange.
Oh, hang on.
We had to get up all of a sudden. Yeah.
All right, there we go.
So, how you doing, sweetheart?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Oh, if I get my chair to work right, I'd be doing all the snow and stuff got me all geared up. I really appreciate you coming on tonight. I hate that I had to ask you last minute, but the guest I had before it had fell out, so I was like, hold on. I know a girl that wants to promote herself, and
any chance I can get, yeah.
You are doing a phenomenal job with that. I want to say because that's how I found you. All of a sudden I'm seeing your face on all these different flyers. I'm seeing promos pop up and everything, and I'm just. Where's the? I got. I want to say I greatly personally appreciate seeing all that. I got my little notepad. So I'm weird. I know we haven't actually met in person before, but I'm a very strange individual. But
that makes two of us.
No pun. Yeah, no pun intended. I didn't mean that. But how long you been wrestling now?
Coming up on my third year.
Third year. Oh, wow. Okay. So yeah, so you're pretty new. Where are you where are you primarily based out of?
I'm based out of Mobile, Alabama.
I can hear it in your voice too. I mean, I probably sound like a hillbilly too, but so, so where did you initially train at?
My training background is kind of an interesting story. I first started training when I was 13, and then at that time, I was being trained under a local legend, mountain man Richard Bailey. And I had my first match when I was 14. And then because I was so young, I had to be pulled away from it. And then I got back into it about, yeah, about 3 years ago. And I'm being trained by some of their all-time greats, local legend, and someone who's known pretty, I guess you could say, worldwide. I'm trained by Marvelous Marcel Pringle, who is the cousin of Percy Pringle, or who you know as Paul Bearer.
Yeah.
And then the Rainbow Warrior, Josh Payne. He's a local legend. And I'm also trained by Scott Armstrong.
Oh wow. Okay, that is definitely a name that if you're a wrestling fan, you should know that name definitely. I am glad to hear that. That is amazing. That's a wealth of knowledge to learn under. So you were talking about your first match. I mean, do you count when you're like, 13, 14, do you count that as your actual first match?
I do not.
Okay, so 3 years ago is where
Mhm.
you had your first match.
Yeah.
Uh, what was your first match? Tell us about it.
I won the women's championship in less than 10 seconds.
What?
Yes.
Wow. That now that's a hell of a way to pop into the business right there.
Yeah.
Just get put over immediately. Who'd you work with?
Her name is Sid Silver.
I don't recognize that name, but
Oh,
it was just over in Alabama.
yeah.
Okay, see, I'm not familiar with Alabama a whole lot outside of a handful of people, like
Right.
that work for Bubba over there, SWA. I know a few of those guys, but that's about it. Um, well, one thing I like to always ask on something like that when it comes to your first match, uh, what were the what were the emotions going in? What were you feeling?
I mean, I was really caught off guard because when I had my first match, it wasn't really like I knew I was coming up on it, like I knew I was getting ready, but I was still pretty early in my training. So I thought I still had a little ways to go before I was going to be trusted to have any type of match.
Yeah.
And then, because every Tuesday before a show, we go through the whole card start to finish and we work on our finishes. And Scott, he pulled me into Gorilla and he was like, Saturday, you're winning the women's championship. And this is how we're going to do it.
Holy crap! Yeah, that again, that is those that don't know that watching, this is a shoot style interview. We do keep 90% shoot. We do keep some stuff kind of hid behind the curtain, a little bit. But so that's why it sounds a little different than what you might be used to. But yeah, that is a hell of a way to start. How long did they keep it on you?
Not long. So when we do our shows, because we do TV tapings, so the first half is 1 week of TV, then you go to intermission. Then the second half is the second week of TV. So and then we run shows bi-weekly. So out of those two shows, you get 4 shows a month. So TV wise, I held it for 3 weeks, maybe of the month. And then like to the people who actually come and watch it live, I only held it for 2 weeks.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, still, I count the TV time. Count the TV
Yeah.
time. That's the way I go with it. We do similar things at Memphis. We do like 3 tapings. So I count the long term of it. So that way it makes it feel cooler. So, uh, coming up as a wrestler and everything like that. I know there's always influences over who you are and your character and your career and all like that. Let's break this down into 2 different sections. Uh, Mainstream wrestling, like WWE, AEW.
Mhm.
Who would you say has been some of your biggest influences over your career?
Mickey James, for sure. Um,
Fred, my little brother Fred just probably popped one right there because that is his all-time favorite.
she's my go-to. As far as like character work, there's definitely some inspiration from the Wyatt family. Um, kind of Alexa Bliss, a little bit of Nikki Cross. So there's some of that aura to my gimmick.
I love Nikki.
I
Love
do too.
Cross. Were
Yeah.
you Oh, okay. I didn't want to interrupt you if you
No,
wasn't done.
no, that was it.
What about more on a more local scale for you? Like who like more of the indie side of wrestling. Who has been some of your bigger influences?
I didn't really like keep up with indie wrestling until I got in the indie business. But
Well, and that's what I mean by like sharing locker rooms with or sharing
yeah,
matches with or who
I have so I'm actually I wouldn't say I'm friends with her, but I'm acquainted with Leilani Kai, and she is someone who I can always just text and say, "Hey, can you look at this match?" or "What do you think about this? Like, how should I do this?" And she's great about giving lots of feedback. Love her. I'm cool with. She goes on the indie scene. She goes by Island Girl TT, but you know her on Wrestling Wow as Island Girl Kalaki.
Okay, okay, yeah, I know who you're talking about.
So I'm cool with her. Trying to think of anyone else who has been really helpful with my career. As far as women go, that's about it. But I'm also cool with Low Key. So Low Key has been a big help. Yeah, there's many more out there because I have shared a locker room with many people, but off the top of my head, that's who I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I get it. I get. Well, what brought you into the Arkansas thing?
I'm on a mission to wrestle all 50 states,
The one
and
the one
and
that right there, that's Sam. That is probably one of the best guys to know in Arkansas,
yeah.
and he would put you over like a son of a gun, but he's also completely weird. So, anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
But well, I already forgot the question.
What brought you to Arkansas?
Oh yeah. So I'm on a mission to wrestle all 50 states, and I put my name out there. And Wild Card, who you were mentioning at the beginning, I was friends with their booker on Facebook, and I hit him up and I was like, "Hey, I'm just trying to get my name out there, trying to go as many places as possible. And I see that you're in Arkansas. It's a state I haven't wrestled in yet. If you ever need a girl, like I'm available." And so I went and worked for Wild Card, and now I'm working for Out of Control. There's more that's coming up. There's Natural State.
Yep.
There's Hay Barn.
Yep.
I think those are the only Arkansas
Yeah,
promotions.
you got Tornado.
Oh yeah, and Tornado. I knew thought there was one I was missing.
The
So
reason the reason
I think that's it.
the reason I know that one well is because that night you are gonna be working with my wife.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, Asa Morta, that's my wife. So,
Okay, cool, cool.
badass. She she's solid, and she's probably watching right now thinking, just shut up, David." Oh, but no, I'll probably be seeing you at a few of those shows too. Like
Okay.
the Hay Barn one, I won't be there because I'll be at OCW, for
Mhm.
that big show there. But Natural State, I'll probably see you there quite a bit because I do work very closely with those guys. And Tornado, I'm at all of their shows, so yeah, I'm
Right.
looking forward to that. Are you going to be at OCW this weekend?
No, because of the weather, they're not really bringing anyone out of town because the roads are too dangerous. And there's a lot of shows this weekend that are getting canceled.
Yeah.
There were a lot last weekend, but hopefully next week I'll be back on the road because I was scheduled to work pretty much I had a booking every weekend from the beginning of January until the end of March, at least.
Awesome.
And then the weather kind of put a hold on that. So I'm going like 2 or 3 weeks without a show, which is really killing me, but I'd rather be here than stuck on the road somewhere. So it
No,
works out.
completely understandable. That's why I was because I was supposed to be at a show last weekend, and as soon as this stuff moved in, I messaged it, "Hey, no, 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 my truck costs too much to be getting this mess." Oh, Lord. So you've been doing this for about 3 years now. What would you say has been probably your favorite match so far?
Favorite match. I did a tables match for a pay-per-view back in November. Um, that was a little different. That was my first gimmick match,
Yeah.
and that was really cool. Um, trying to because there's quite a few. I don't know if you know who Persia Pierce is, but I've worked with her a couple times. Any match I've had with her has been great.
Name sounds
She's a solid worker. Love her. Um, I think the tables match might be the coolest thing I've done.
Who are you in with? Who are you with in that?
Her name's Bobby Thunder.
Okay. I might is Alabama as well?
Yeah.
Okay. I gotta look more into the Alabama scene because I feel like I'm missing out a lot. So I appreciate you letting me know on that kind of stuff. Freaking Perry. Hey, oh wait, never mind. I got you Perry crap. He's a commentator for announcer for Wild Card and he does some OCW and stuff. So but who Over who's been one of your favorite people to work with overall? Like, who do you feel like you have the best chemistry with?
Persia.
How long she been around?
She's been around for a while, like 7 years.
Okay, okay. Uh, that's why I like. I've watched some of your matches and stuff, so like I may have seen her, but I didn't catch names because a lot of times I'm watching and I don't have any sound on. I'm just visual watching it, and I've enjoyed what I've seen out of you. So I'm hoping that you and my wife have some good chemistry. She's mean. We brawl. We're brawlers. So but from what I've seen, you seem like you can dish it out as well as take it. So I'm looking forward to that. Uh, so what would you say? And I say this as in a feasible concept, something that could feasibly happen. What would you say is your dream match?
No,
Because I know you'd say Mickey James if it was just in general, But what do you feel like would be a feasible dream match for you?
I don't really know if I have like an opponent that I'm necessarily dying to work. Anytime I get a booking or I'm in the ring, like I'm just happy to be there. So as long as they're trained, they're safe, they know what they're doing, they're going to keep themselves safe, they're going to keep me safe. I'm happy to work them. Um, I don't really think there's anyone like I want to wrestle as much as possible and I want to wrestle everyone. So I don't think there's like a dream match that I'm dying to have unless you count Mickey James.
And I love hearing that though. That right there just that tells me how much passion you have for this. That you're driven. I love hearing that. Um, so I saw a clip earlier. I can't remember exactly when, but I think it was captioned. It was before Vira Lestrange became Vira.
Yeah.
Where did the concept? How did you come up with this Vira Lestrange? Explain her to us.
So when you're getting ready to like make your gimmick and you're getting ready to make your debut and all that, they tell you that your gimmick should be a version of yourself that's larger than life.
Yeah.
But for me, I'm just the average Joe. There's nothing about me that necessarily stands out. But I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, have been for a long, long time. And I was laying in bed one night watching Harry Potter, and Bellatrix Lestrange, who is like my favorite villain, favorite character throughout the whole series. I relate to this character, and I'm like, you know what? I bet I can take her as my inspiration and make her my own. And that's what I've done. And so there's also different aspects to Vira Lestrange. Like at Diamond, my home promotion, I do the witchy stuff. I'm in a faction. We're kind of like a cult, if you will. So that's one aspect of her. But as a baby face, when I go other places and have to work as a face, that doesn't really work as well. So I really started looking into my character. I looked at my matches, looked at everything, and it took me a while to figure it out. And it just hit me. It was like, Lestrange. She's strange. She's different. She's unique. That's something everyone can relate to. So now she's become the voice of the people who were cast to the side and told they would never be enough, don't belong, the ones who were always picked last to play the ball game, whatever. She's a representation for them to show that you can do whatever you want to despite what other people say, and to own your uniqueness and own your strangeness and be that character. So that's who she is as a baby face. But there's another heel aspect to her as well, where it's kind of that same thing, but instead of being shining for them, she's doing it for her. So that's Vira Lestrange in a nutshell.
And that's awesome right there. A lot of times when I ask that question, you get a lot of this right here shows you know who you are. You know this character, and then because you believe in it, that's going to allow the fans to believe in it. You
For
know,
sure.
and that means more than anything right there. Because if you don't believe in who you are, like me when I go out, as soon as I hit that curtain, the brain just flips into a full boot mode, and I'm batshit crazy from that point till I go back. And if you don't believe in it, they won't believe in it. You know that is 100%. That is the greatest way to explain that, and I love that. Um, I know you've been traveling a little bit now and all, and this is another one I really like to ask. I got a couple questions I really like to ask. This one, what's your favorite road story? You got to have one.
So it was when I was super green. I was probably taking bookings just a little bit before than I was actually ready to. Was what it was. I don't really think that's necessarily a bad thing. But anyways, I had gotten one of my friends booked to go with me because at the time I didn't want to travel by myself, but I learned to grow out of that. Anyways, we have a really good chemistry together. It was me, him, and his wife, and we all get along really well. And we were doing a show probably about 5 hours away from where we live. And I'm driving, not, and we've just been driving straight for like 200 miles at this point, maybe. And I'm like, guys, I don't know how to tell y'all this, but we're on the middle of the highway and we're not gonna make it to the next gas station, I don't think. I forgot to keep an eye on the gas gauge here. We might be screwed. And we got on Google and like all the gas stations, like they're like nowhere near us. And just by miracle, like something Google Maps did not pick up was just this shady ass gas station on the side of the road. And we're like, we don't have a choice. This gas is probably going to ruin my car, but like, we don't have a choice. So we get out and we're pumping gas, and I go inside because I need a drink and we all need a bathroom break. And there's a sign on the door that says, if you are a female, do not enter alone. So I go grab Maddie and I'm like, Maddie, I need you to come with me. And you come in and it's just like that was the shadiest of the shadiest gas stations I've ever been in. And I was like, please just guard the door while I go to the bathroom. And he's like, I got you. And they have like, like little dispenser things in the bathrooms.
Yeah.
Well, they're selling like condoms and like those little pills. And I'm just like, but anyways, we get out of that. We're driving some more and you just drive straight and then you take a random like left turn. And he's like, that's our turn right there. So I just me not even paying. I just whipped the car. Just whipped the car around. And the car comes up on two sides, like it did a whole little, like it tilted. And he's like, you're going to kill us. I'm like, I just want to get to this booking and get the hell out. So that was anytime, and I love going on road trips with them because they're so much fun. Like we always have a great time. Like we all have a really good chemistry together. And so any road trip I've done with them, easily my favorite.
Put them over. Who are you talking about?
What is it?
Who are you talking about?
The guy who I had gotten booked to go with me, his name's Matty Ice, and his wife.
I've heard his name before. I've heard that name before. Well, at gas station, I bet you were waiting for Captain Spaulding to pop around and offer you some fried chicken. I mean,
Oh
God.
yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh yeah. And then we got to our hotel, and our hotel was actually decent, but they write your room number on the little envelope,
Yeah.
and his wife, she can't see like at all. And we gave her the key card. She's like, okay, this is our room. So we go up there, and we thought the key had worked, so we all thought it was our room. But come to find out, the door was just having like it just needed to be oiled down because it couldn't like shut all the way. So we had like basically walked into someone else's room, not realizing it, and then like Maddie, he was sitting there unpacking his bag. She was in the bathroom, and I started like looking at her key card, and I was like, aren't we in the wrong room? And he's like, what are you talking about? And I show it to him, like, aren't we in this room? And we're supposed to be in this room. And as he's like unpacking his bag, he like literally, as he goes to sit it down, he just picks it back up and just starts throwing everything back in his bag.
That is awesome. Oh, Lord. Oh, so this show is not one. We don't usually less than an hour, including the flyers and all. So I usually just kind of let you talk about yourself and stuff like that.
Right.
I do a couple little questions before we get into you putting over what you're going to be doing. Um, when you're pretty new to the wrestling business yourself, uh, technically. Uh, what would you tell the young wrestlers that are first? Hold on. Before we get into that, Mark's asking, what kind of sandwich did you shove down the throat of Mick Vicious at OCW?
It was literally just 2 pieces of bread with a piece of cheese in between because they didn't have any like hammer meat, like any lunch meat. So,
Probably
and
sold
then
out.
he said a word that he wasn't supposed to say twice. So to get back at him, the girls soaked the sandwich in jalapeno juice.
Oh, I'm sure Mick loved that. Oh Lord, I love it when people actually pop in questions. So I like that. Thank you, Mark. But anyway, as I was asking though, when somebody that's wanting to get into wrestling, they're wanting to get into training, wanting to get into the business itself and all. What advice would you give them to that the one give? What advice would you give to the ones that are wanting to get into wrestling?
Keep in mind that wrestling is not what it seems to be. Like, yeah, it looks cool and it looks fun, and it is, but it's not for everyone. There's 2 sides of a barricade for a reason, and you need to pick and choose wisely which side you're going to be on. If you're going to be on the side of the wrestlers, then you need to remember that the term professional comes before the word wrestler. And if you can't be professional, then you belong on the other side of the barricade.
Love that. I love that. That's honestly that's not like I've asked a bunch of people that question, and that is actually one that's an answer that has not come up before. So I like that. I appreciate that. Most of the time, it's basically speaking to the choir. A lot of times it's basically, find a reputable trainer, which is a given. And then eyes open, mouth shut, ears open, mouth shut. The normal, typical tropes on thing. One thing I always tell people is be patient and have a thick skin. Because this, yeah, like you said, it ain't for everybody, and the social media aspect of it can kill a lot of people's careers and their confidence. So
And the other thing I would say is keep in mind that being a wrestler does not mean you are a wrestler. You are an entertainer. It's literally right there in WWE's title, World Wrestling Entertainment. So what you do has to be entertaining. Just because you see it on TV does not mean you should go and do it in front of a crowd, because why would a crowd pay to come see you when they can watch that at their home for free? Why would you do something for yourself, but when you do it, it automatically makes them it automatically reminds them of someone else. So just keep that in mind. Whatever you do, make sure it's entertaining and try to be original as much as you can. There's nothing in the business that hasn't been done before, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't try to find a way to make it your own.
exactly, girl, me and you gonna be friends. I can tell you that already. I like you, but all right. So let's put over what you got going on coming up.
Let's see. Mostly a lot of Arkansas shows. I was supposed to be at OCW this weekend, but because of the weather, that's canceled. February 7th, that show also got canceled. But if anyone knows of anyone needing a girl that day, I am available. And then after that, it's basically all the shows that we talk about. It's nor I'm not booked for OCW at the moment after that, but that might change. There's
Haybarn on the
yeah,
14th.
there's there's Haybarn with the possibility of also doing OCW.
Ooh,
But
that's a big stretch between. That's about a
there's
two.
a chance something about that might get worked out, but it's as of right now it's Haybarn. But there's also a chance it could be OCW, just depending on how things go. But as of right now, it's Haybarn. And then that's the 14th, 21st is Tornado. The 28th, that is for Inhumane Wrestling. They also run between Arkansas and Tennessee.
Yeah.
And then I can't think of them all at the top of my head, but I am booked basically from February 14th through March 28th, mostly in Arkansas.
Heck yeah. Well, make sure you send me flyers and stuff like that, and I'll put it over on here. Definitely if I don't already have it. But where can people follow you on social media?
Pretty much all my social media is the same. It's Vira_Lestrange. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, X, and I'm also on Facebook, but it's just Vira Lestrange.
I can't do the X thing. That place is so toxic, it's ridiculous. Uh, I had to cancel that, so I couldn't do it anymore.
I don't use X as much, and I don't really have any followers on there, but I still post on there. But mostly Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok.
Okay, I don't know. I have to find your TikTok. I think I know I got you on Facebook, but I'm not sure past that. But
And I also
Patrick,
have a YouTube channel.
okay, yeah,
I
send me.
just started up my YouTube, so I'm still posting old matches, old promos, stuff like that. And as I make new content, I will but also be posting on YouTube.
Patrick, I'm upset with you. You know better. Anyway, send me the link to your YouTube channel, and I'll share it and stuff like that. I try to help out as much as I can, and that's the whole point of this Arkansas Wrestling Unleashed. Arkansas, and I've told this story before. Arkansas kind of has had a bad name about it for years. But one of the goals that I have is I want to try to help unite Arkansas wrestling. I want to help try to make it a place for people like you coming out of Alabama, other people out of Texas, Oklahoma, Tennessee, all over. I want people to come want to work here. And as I've told a lot of people, if you want to work in Arkansas, I have a list of shows and who to contact. Hit me up and I'll send you that list. Byra, if you want the list, I'll send it to you.
Absolutely.
Uh, but is there anything else you got that you want to put over before we get out of here?
Unless anyone has anything for me, like any questions or anything like that, I think we pretty much covered everything.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But
Like I said,
the
it's a little,
chat's open for questions
yeah, definitely.
if anyone wants to.
More streamlined than a lot of people. I don't stretch it out. Usually, I go like I said, maybe an hour at the most, unless I get like there was one guy I had on here not too long ago. That dude talked for an hour and a half, and that's not including the flyers. I was like, I love you, dude. I'm having fun listening to you, but dang man, I got to get up at 5 o'clock in the
Yeah,
morning.
right. I know that feeling.
Oh Lord, have mercy. Yeah, if Sam is a good one. If you're friends with Mark. Mark will put you over like a sumbitch. Like that dude, he's up in New York, but if he watches Arkansas wrestling religiously,
Yeah.
that is an awesome guy. He's got a couple of groups, Markomania and something else, that he puts stuff in all the time. So he definitely, add him on Facebook. He definitely put you
Yeah,
over.
I think we do have each other on Facebook.
Yeah, right there. Yeah, I know. Every time you come down here, I'm booked somewhere else. You jackass. Anyway, but well, Vira, I appreciate you being on here, and I look forward to meeting you in person.
Absolutely. I appreciate you having me.
But uh, I'm gonna drop you down. Don't leave yet though, because I want to talk to you after we go off the air.
Okay.
But oh wait, hold on. We got a question. We got a question. What gimmick match would be your next pick?
Steel cage.
Ooh, those can be fun but painful too, depending on the cage. I know the one that OCW used to have. That thing had bolts sticking out and stuff. That was scary. Uh,
Yeah.
the one at Tuckerman, MACW, that one's not bad at all. I like that one. But yeah, OCW is okay. Yeah, Mark said y'all are friends on Facebook. But yeah, he needs to YouTube share that YouTube link on that page.
I
Definitely.
just shared it the other day, but I'll share it again.
Okay, I may have just missed it. We get so many people on social
Right.
and the algorithm throws you all over the place, and like half the time you go on there and it's all just like pages they think you want to follow, and I'm just like, I don't want to follow that, you jackasses. Show me my friend.
Who
Uh,
comes on the mic? Who does that say?
who comes to mind standing across the ring in that? Who do you want to do the cage match with?
So the thing about cage matches, or really any gimmick match, they have to mean something. Like it's one thing when you just go to an indie show, okay, here's the cage. But why are we in the cage? You have to have a why for everything. So when you're in a cage match, it usually means this is a pretty serious rivalry that has been going on for some time. So when I have that cage match, I want it to mean something and I want it to be with someone where we both deserve it. So there's not really any one particular like person. It's just who why am I in there with them? What led us to that moment? That's what I'm more interested in.
Heck yeah. And I agree. Gimmick matches typically need some kind of build up, because if you have that's just Joe. He's talking shit. Uh, if you have a gimmick match with no story behind it, and then you continue to have those every show, then they lose their luster.
They lose their meaning.
It's like, okay, well, we've seen this death match 15 times in the last 2 months. Why do I care? You know.
And like, there's some shows that will do like every match is a cage match, and I get it. They're doing it because it's getting the cage up and down's a pain in the ass. But I don't want all my matches to be a gimmick match. I want my matches to have a meaning, because a lot of times, like with Diamond, I will say we may do things a little bit differently because we run bi-weekly and we have storylines that really lead up to something, and our product is growing bigger and bigger, and it's something to be proud of. So everything that we do, like, there's a reason for it each and every week. Whereas you go to some shows and it's just, they're just cold matches. They don't necessarily have a meaning for it. So that's why they preach storytelling a lot. You have to tell the story. So even if they're saying, okay, you're going to wrestle this person, you're going to wrestle that person. Well, when we go out there, we need to give these people a story so they can get behind the baby face and they can boo the heel. We want them to feel something. That's why they come to wrestling. That's why they watch this. They come to be entertained and they want to feel something. So again, everything I do in the ring, I want it to have an important meaning, because I put my body through a lot. We all do. Anyone who laces up their boots and steps through a curtain, you don't leave every match the same as you did when you walk out. So when I'm in the ring, I want to have a purpose for being in there.
Got another question here. Where do you see yourself in the future as far as a certain company you want to land a spot on their card?
I mean, obviously, it's a goal of everyone to get signed, but not everyone is going to be signed. There's more people that walk into the performance center with empty handed than the ones who walk out with the contract. So even if I made it to OVW or GCW, or got to do like extra stuff for TNA or AEW, like, I would be content with that. I've came into this knowing the chances of making it to the big time are next to none, but that doesn't mean I can't give it a shot and just see where it goes.
And that's what you're setting a goal, but you're enjoying the ride to try to attain that goal. So, and I don't know if that's Zach or Lydia. They never tell me which one's talking. You probably met Zach over at OCW.
Probably.
Kate Allen, little skinny crackhead, some bitch. Yeah, I said it. What you gonna do, Kate? Huh? Anyway, yeah, it's him. It's him. He's a butthole. But well, yeah, and outside, okay, and I'll kind of follow up on that. Uh, outside of like say WWE, AEW, and all, what would you say? And the wrestling in all 50 states, because we already covered that. What would you say is your biggest goal overall for the future, for your future outside of?
Honestly, I just want, because at the end of the day, you can't do this forever. When it's all said and done and I wrestle my last match, I just want to be able to say that I did everything in my power to make a name for myself. And the end goal for me is to hang up my boots, content with my career. That's my goal.
I love it. I love it. And you probably got a long way to go. Hell, I'm 45 and I'm still going pretty strong. So, I mean, anyway, all right. Well, yeah, I think this is a good stopping point. We're hitting it right at an hour. Like I said, I'm gonna drop you down, but don't go
Yep.
nowhere.
Gotcha.
I appreciate you being on here tonight.
Appreciate you having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Viral Strange, and if you came in late, make sure you go back and watch the beginning of it. We went over all the flyers, and then we had a really good conversation with her. Definitely check her out. She put over her Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, YouTube, all that stuff. So make sure you find her on there and go follow her. And as always, just support Arkansas wrestling. Y'all have a good night.